Hello and welcome to another episode of Aussie Ciggie Review. I'm Callum.
I'm fucking with the blowtorch.
Yep. And
But I'm James, yeah.
today we've got an interesting review because we've got a tobacco that I've been looking for quite a long time in rolling tobacco form. I haven't been able to find it in any sort of mainstream supermarkets, Coles, Woolworths, IGA. Haven't seen it in any tobacconists. And I was in town the other day and it said newsagent, and I saw on the list up there it said drum rolling tobacco, and I haven't seen it anywhere else before. So we've just picked up a fresh pouch, 30-gram pouch of Drum Classic Blue. Yeah, that's all. Drum Classic Blue. So
I do believe they think I'm some kind of god.
put that away, we're doing a review.
Fuck off.
Made by Imperial Tobacco, and that's made in the Netherlands. So that's in manufacturing details.
Hey, 2 words. Fuck you. Guess what? I'm sparking up.
Alright, and one thing I've probably covered this already. Imperial Tobacco don't have the Ziploc bag, and I'm not too sure about...
He's not a big fan of that.
No, I really don't rate it because it makes your tobacco go stale. So that's why I usually keep a British American pouch on me. This is the Winfield Red one, mainly because they've got a Ziploc bag, and they've got this big flap up here, which makes it easy to lay your tobacco on while you're rolling it. So, you're alright? Is it alright?
It's beautiful.
Right, so when I was transferring this through to the Winfield pouch, the first thing I noticed is that the texture and the colour looked a lot like White Ox, so it was very dark. The tobacco itself was quite stringy, and it did have a couple of the...
Now, you said this was the original blue,
This
yes?
is the original blue. So they had sky blue, they had smooth blue, and they had smooth yellow. So, you know, blue sounded good to me. They don't have
what
any
does
reds.
yellow scale in strength?
Well, I know with Long Beach, yellow is actually stronger than the blues, but I wasn't too sure with drum, so I just went the classic blue.
Jeez, my fishing rod's doing all sorts of fucking
That's
things.
right. I'm just going to peel a bit of it out so you can see what it looks like.
Fuck.
A bit of fucking around.
Shut up, cunt.
So this is what it looks like. It's a very nice chocolatey kind of tobacco. As you can see before, it's quite windy. Sorry about that. This bit, you get a lot of these little things in them. I don't even know what they are, but it's very stringy, quite dark and brown, and it's got a beautiful, almost fruity aroma to it. So that's something you got to keep in mind. So that always gives for a good smoking experience, and it doesn't smell.
What's that smell like on the exhale?
I don't know.
Hang on. It's quite pleasant, isn't it?
Quite like plums, if I'm going to be honest. Plums. It's nice and sweet, quite rich, and fuck, I can't remember what I was going to say now because you interrupted me.
Fuck off.
Yeah, another thing that I was going to say, it doesn't smell like White Ox. So even though it's got the same texture, same colour, it doesn't have that... I don't know how to describe it. It just doesn't have that sinking feeling when you smell it, because you know you're not...
Impending doom.
Impending doom. Yeah, anyway, so that's sorted. I'm going to get in and spark this up. Because,
Speaking of that, I need to do a death drag.
yeah, do a death drag, mate. It's going to be interesting because it's a rolly, but we'll see how it goes. Christ above. Alright, I think that's good death drag.
Mmm.
Oh, this is good stuff.
That is smooth.
Is that good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah, first drag on that was beautiful.
See, I fucking charged a fair bit of that. That was whole. I went straight down.
Straight off, this is a very nice tobacco. It's got good body, and even though it's blue, it's got a good hit to it, doesn't it? Got a very nice hit to it, and
As we've stated before, we don't normally smoke blues out of choice, but there's a few select brands that we will smoke, like
such as Kent. Yeah, they're beautiful. I don't mind Winnie Blues. They're all right.
This definitely another one I'd smoke.
Yeah, and that's saying something for James as well.
Because correct me if I'm wrong, but do Drum make red strength?
From all the research I've done, let us know this, but I haven't been able to see any Drum red strength overseas or over here. Please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but that's just from my research. Obviously, if you live overseas, you're going to know this, but us being over here in this tobacco-regulated country, we are not subjected to the same pleasures that you guys are. Yeah, luxury, that's what it is, yeah. Right, well, I think I might go do a
Body test.
body test.
Might I add, there's little to no chemical taste.
No, hardly any. Hardly any at all. I'm glad you picked up on that.
And normally Callum's the one, complaining about chemical taste in smokes, because he's got a more, less butchered taste buds than I.
Yeah.
But
no, that body was really nice. It's quite soapy, nice thick colour to it. I did.
he's still a bit crook, so just
shouldn't be smoking, but
no, shut
it's
up.
my choice.
The only time he'll accept smoking regular menthols is when he's sick.
Yeah, I bought a pack of. I asked for a 20 pack, but they only came in 26 of JPS menthols because they were cheap, and I had a few of them before when I was drunk at the pub. That made them taste a bit better than they actually are. But I've probably got through about 5 of those and can't stomach him anymore, so I'm just going to palm him off to his brother and happy days. Right, the burn on this, I packed them quite nice because they're perfect sort of packing, so you want enough in there so that it lasts a while, but not so much that it's a lockjaw cigarette, which means you're pretty much drawn on it for 10 seconds just to get a normal drag. So it's not like that. I have noticed...
It's like doing the equivalent of my death drag for a similar exhalation to your...
Yeah, that's exactly right. And another thing I have noticed, the cherry's quite big in these. Even though it's light, I can still see that it's even up near up the top of this ash here. Ash is your normal colour. Obviously, it differs with the kind of rolling papers you use. These are Rollies rolling papers, so they're thicker than the tally hose. Generally, I like them more than tally hose. We've gone over that before. We know
numerous times.
Yeah, numerous times.
Anyway, I have just about.
How's your filter look? Take the filter out after so they can have a gaze at that.
We don't tend to do that with rollies.
Oh, we can start now. Yeah, and because it's a good roll, you'll notice when they're good rolls, they burn well. They're nice and linear, and they don't do too much any zigzagging along the paper. So that's always a plus. Yeah. Right.
Includes my dart.
If you can get that off.
By some miracle of God.
It is a very fruity tobacco, isn't it? Oh God.
The fuck am
I? That's just the outer sort of paper bit on the actual filter itself.
Well, I am just a genius.
Right, we better get up and show them now.
Nice and brown on the tobacco end. Nice and brown on the mouth end.
Yeah.
That's what I like to see.
Another thing I've noticed with the tobacco in the pouch when I transferred it, a few of your cheaper brands such as JPS, mind you, I do not mind JPS red rolling tobacco. I've still got some of that we're going to do a review on later. It's just dry, and I find dry tobacco burns quicker. The taste isn't as smooth, and it's generally not as nice. But this wasn't too moist, but it was moist enough to
it clumps together without
it clumps
powdering.
together, and you can feel it on your fingertips with that. Which, in terms, I reckon that actually enhances the flavour, having that bit of moisture in it. Means it burns slower, so you get a better burn, and all that kind of jazz.
Yeah.
Well, while I'm going along this, what are we doing this weekend, mate?
Tomorrow, we're going fishing.
About bloody time, isn't it?
Yep, that is. I went last week. Hauled out a couple of decent flathead. If you're Australian, you'll know what they are. If you're from overseas,
they look like a lizard.
Pretty much.
Well, they are called lizards, really.
Yeah.
But
well, we call them lizards sometimes if you get one big enough. Got a few decent flatties to keep, and catch of the day was
which we usually try to target as well.
Yeah, but they're more or less in the winter. Was about a 1.2 metre long eel.
Oh, 3 metre flatty, bruh. Oh, not bad. 3 metre flatty, bro.
Fuck off.
Yeah, sorry.
Nah, 1.2 metre eel. Wait, did I say flathead before?
No, I was just giving you shit.
Alright. Yeah, no, I got 6 decent fillets off it, about yay long each.
That's what you do when you catch eels. You fillet them into different... Well, because they're so long, you're not going to do it all in one go.
You would need a long fucking barbecue.
Yeah, shit, yeah, you would. Yeah, they'd shrink, but
it doesn't shrink much.
Not as much as you think. Eel flesh is a beautiful white flesh. Everyone, when they think of eels, they go,
slimy
it's
fuckers.
fucking disgusting. They're not. Beautiful feed. Highly recommend.
Yeah,
The weird shit we talk about on this channel.
pretty much.
Yeah, I reckon. Yes. Yeah, you know, like...
Now, just a quick, what was I going to say?
Disclaimer.
No, not disclaimer. Quick heads up. Any photos that we might take tomorrow, we'll probably post to our Instagram. I believe Callum's starting to leave our Insta.
Oh, I've had it on there since we started the channel, mate.
Yep.
You know, if you ever need to come in contact with us, any questions on the info bit on our channel, I've put it up there ages ago, but you've just got our Instagram username. So if you need to ask us any questions or anything, that's probably the most direct and easy way to contact us, rather than an email. But I've got our channel email address up there from when we first started. It was when we, for that one episode, we called ourselves the Weekly Review. Didn't like that name, so we just, I don't know, it just sort of came to my head, didn't it?
I honestly forgot that we were called the Weekly Review for one point.
That was only for our Horizon Purple.
Yeah.
Only for our Horizon Purple video.
And I guess that was while we were just trying to, come to an idea of what we really wanted to call it.
Yeah, and it just popped into my head.
Because, that was the first original take. We'd not thought about it. That was just bang off the top of our heads. And we just
That's what all these videos are. It's off the top of our heads. You don't do any cutting, don't do any prep for it. Just...
no cuts, no script, nothing.
Say what we think. And I think that's
pure,
the best...
unadulterated shit.
And I think that's the best way to do it, because you're getting your raw, honest opinion.
Yeah.
And you've got no preconceptions about, what you think of it, whatever. So this was the first impressions video for us.
Occasionally we'll, sometimes if we've smoked a few of these smokes before, and we just haven't got around to doing a review on it, we'll have some idea of what we're going to say.
Yeah.
But it doesn't, formulate a... it doesn't leave a concrete plot in our head of what we're going to say, because...
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
We just take it as it comes, and, we've always had our structure, what we do, as you always know, at the start of the video, I always go through, the tobacco itself, all that kind of stuff. We've always had this structure, then we go on to his death drag and the body test and construction and how it burns and everything. But
then there's just a general shit-talking segment.
Yeah, that's just the general...
Well, of late,
of
it's been more or less longer videos with extended shit talking.
Yeah, which I don't know if you guys like. Tell us if you like it or not, but I don't know. We enjoy having a good bit of a shit talk, because, rollies take a bit longer to get through than tails.
Not for me.
Yeah, not for you, because you charge them, but yeah. Anyway, conclusion, because I'm nearly at the end. What do you think of it? John,
honestly,
Classic Blue.
If I smoked rollies, I'd smoke that. Out of choice. Even though it's a blue, I think it's quite nice, quite strong.
Beautiful.
Really nice flavour.
Good body. Burns really nicely. And another thing I want to add here.
I can't fault it.
Another thing I want to add here, as I showed you at the start,
question. What was the price on it?
For a 30-gram pouch, it was $52, which is not bad. It's not great, but...
no, considering, say, if you bought a 25-gram pouch of Port Royal...
Yeah, that's around that price. As Port Royal is a very expensive smoke, as we all know, but even though it's an expensive one, I don't really necessarily think it's my favourite. Anyway, it goes a bit like that.
It is a quite nice... How do we get up talking about Port Royal?
I don't know. I wanted to ask... I didn't want to ask. I wanted to say one more thing. As I showed you at the start with the tobacco itself, you saw those little... sort of weird stem things. They burn fine. You don't notice them when they're in it. That was in the White Ox as well. I went over that in that video as well. But you don't notice them. Doesn't affect your smoking anyway. So yeah, that concludes this episode, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Have a great day wherever you are around the world. Hope you sparked up along with us, and who knows what we'll come up with next. But we'll keep on having a look around and see whatever tickles our fancy.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah.
And if we catch anything worthwhile tomorrow, we'll post it to the Instagram. Jump on, have a look if you want.
Know where to find it. Yep. Anyway, we'll catch you later. Have a fantastic day, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Yeah, sweet.
Bye,
Catch you
mate.
later.
Hooroo.